Okay guys, so I'm doing a crazy thing. I'm heading to Disbursed Camping before a big winter storm tomorrow morning. Alright guys, I made it here. I can't believe how busy it is. Like, I thought I'd be like the only one out here, but I think with hunting season, because they also have hunting here in Hoosier National Forest, that might be part of what's going on. But I found a little tiny site right off the road, and I feel very thankful I got it, because all the ones I saw last time, and I'll have like a video of my exploration research for Dispersed Camping. I'll show you some of those sites, but all of those sites, other than this little one, were full, taken. So I will show you around here in just a little bit. All right, guys, my my phone fell down because I haven't found my tripod yet. But this is the Kelty Sideroad's awning, and I thought it would be nice to have a little porch area where I could put my chair if I want, for my potty for privacy. This site is very small, and I parked, so I've kind of blocked the drive up, so it's easy to tell I'm back here, you know, and safety stuff. And so very small. I got my firewood here. I got my ring here, and all these beautiful woods. Yeah, one of the sites that I really wanted, but it's okay. I just saw the two cars leave because they were doing some biking, I think, some off-road biking. But yeah, this is kind of the panorama. Oh, look. And I got penis trees again. God, I'm a lucky girl. Look at that. Anyway, I'm gonna keep it car campy tonight because Right now it's 20 degrees. It will warm up to like 29 tonight or today because it's still morning. And then tonight, I think it'll get back down to like 23. But this is my first time dispersed camping. So it feels just, until I get used to this, I'm probably going to do the car for a little bit. And then hot tent, here we come. All right. Let's see if we can get this sucker going. Today I just stopped by a local gas station and got a little Sauvignon Blanc from Dark Horse. Just starting to get the chill factor going here. I'll get my bed set up here in a little bit, but this is pretty awesome, guys. A couple of trails back there. I just want to be careful because it is hunting season, and I don't know if all this land is interspersed or what, but I do have a bright pink hoodie on. Maybe that's helpful. But these pants make me look like a Sasquatch. Guess I better be careful. So we're gonna look around a little bit. I have seen some trash, so before I go, I'm gonna leave it cleaner than I found it. Here's a nice view of my little setup. It is a small site, and it's not far from the road. So, you know, it's pretty easy to get places. Oh, this is nice. See, it dips down over there. This is truly secluded. Maybe I'll see some wildlife. Yeah, it's so nice. Hi guys, so been out here for about an hour or two, maxing and relaxing, and I decided to try out a little fun crafting project. I'd seen people doing on Instagram, of course, but I got this micro polishing pen that you can use to like engrave on things like wood and stuff like that. So I have a bunch of wooden utensils I got for camping, and so my first project was on this wooden spoon, and I'll warn you, it's rough, but why no? And a wine glass. That was fun. I'll have to engrave more things. Hey guys, so there's a pretty nice gas station on the way here. It has a variety of great stuff to pick up for camping, but you know, besides wine and the usual, but they had quite the variety of beef sticks and jerky, and I picked up a jerky that was actually pretty good. Never had it before. It's expensive, but you know, it's free range turkey, no added antibiotics, hormones, or nitrites, or any of that. But delicious. I don't know if I've ever mentioned this before, but I'm a nurse. And as soon as I started eating that jerky, I started to wonder, hey, if you start choking, how are you going to Heimlich yourself? Because that's something to think about when you're by yourself in the middle of nowhere. So I have some thoughts. I probably would hoist myself, ram myself on the back of the chair, maybe take a piece of wood and just keep on blunt, large pieces of wood, impaling myself until I coughed it up or passed out. That's some shit you gotta think about. Like, there's nobody. And that's true in many situations in life, but God, our brains are so fun, aren't they? Do you hear how fucking quiet it is out here? I am so happy in the woods. I can't explain it. And I found myself a dead log that I can sit on and look out into the woods. I'll show you. It's right out there. I don't know if you can see it very well, but I will show you my view and how awesome it is later. But I found a log and I love it. All right, so my fire's chilling right now. So I'm going to show you guys my stump. Well, it's not a stump. It's a, yeah, you can see it up there. It's a very dead, large wood felled situation. I think they have tulip trees here. I can't tell in the winter much about the trees. I'm not very good with trees anyway, but here's my log. And I just come over here. Where did I sit? Did I sit right there? Yeah, I did. Hang on to my limb, and I just take a squat. And wow. Haven't seen any critters yet. I mean, I saw a bird, I think. Heard a couple of birds. And I know a lot of these critters are probably hibernating or who knows. But I'm officially in love with this dispersed camping shit. This is legit. This is what I've been looking for. And I'm so looking forward to more exploration, finding more places, but I have fallen in love with this site. Life is good. Car camping setup. It's a hot mess in there right now, but what I do is I get in this way, climb in, my head goes at the top. All this shit will be out of the way, but it's a 6-inch foam. Fumf is what we call them. It's crude, a flip and fuck, but they're these foldable sitting situations that you can unfold and lay on, and it's been incredibly comfortable. I'm a side sleeper, so it's been doing the trick for me, for sure. But yeah, and then I have my toilet right here if I need it. And I stay pretty comfy in there. And then this is the space I have. It's pretty deceiving on the camera, but it's a decent amount of space, especially if you have like rain concerns or light snow. It does give you a nice covered porch area. So I'm digging the Kelty. She's a beaut. So yeah, thought I'd just show you. So as a 50-year-old, 350-pounder who's been overweight basically most of my life, obese, all the terminology. I am a CPAP user as well, and I love my CPAP, but that's definitely created challenges with doing outdoorsy stuff. And what I do is I have a Jackery. I have the 1000. Now in the winter, those batteries die really fast. Like in the summer, I can get 3 or 4 nights out of that thing. But when it's cold enough, I burn through the whole damn thing in one night. Pretty close. So I had been doing some research, and I did find that there are some settings you can mess with. I bought the car charger, is that DC? I don't know. That you're supposed to be able to use with your CPAP machine. I have the Res, whatever. And it's not worked for me to do that, but then I found out you could change some settings. So I'm going to try that tonight. So your like heater doesn't kick on, and because I don't put water in it when I'm out here, distilled water. I just keep it dry. But it has a heating function and a humidity. I don't know. But if you turn those to manual, apparently it decreases the amount of energy. So I'm going to see tonight how that works. I'm kind of excited. And then there's also, you can get like travel CPAPs, but they're like $1,000. But that might be something I think about in the future, especially if I graduate to doing hiking to camping spots. For me, as a large person with knee issues, and I've both of my what are they called? Meniscus? They're both torn. I've seen one physician about getting some sort of help with that, but he was horrible. Basically told me he would never do surgery on someone my size. And I had arthritis, and I was too young, I guess. But the issue was I have no other comorbidities. I don't have high blood pressure. I don't have diabetes. None of those things are happening yet, at least for me. So I think it was just a fattest, but I don't like surgery. So I don't want surgery, but I've tried physical therapy. It's really not doing it. My knees are not my major issue right now. Now, when it's cold, they hurt, but the heels, the bone spurs, so much more debilitating, painful. They're crying the loudest. You know, when you have multiple pain things, some of them don't even register anymore when there's one that's especially annoying. So I'm getting a consultation soon about a procedure that basically tries to go in with a large bore needle and I think it kind of like power washes out your bone spurs, and it can be helpful for people without like a full surgery. It's a much quicker recovery and everything. So I'm hoping that's an option, because I really feel like that's my biggest hurdle, other than losing more weight, of course, but the heel pain. And it's like behind the heel, like the Achilles, feels like it's being stabbed and torn constantly. I do fine if I can walk and then sit and walk and sit, but if I do anything for too long, if I sit too long, or if I walk too long, the pain is excruciating. So if I can get that done, and if it's successful, I think that will help me move forward. And I will definitely look into doing short hikes. I'm not going to be too aggressive about it. I don't need to do like the entire Appalachian Trail, but I would like to go to Appalachia. My family history is from there. It's my favorite mountain system in the world for that reason. And apparently it's one of the oldest, of course, because it's eroded away so much. But I love where I am now, and I will start locally, of course, but that's kind of I don't like New Year's resolutions, because I feel like you always set yourself up for failure, especially when you have the same ones over and over and over again. But this year, one of my goals was to disperse camp. Yay! And the other goal is to be able to start doing some hiking, and maybe do, a hiking camping situation. And because of my size, hammock camping is the best bet for me. So it need to be a place that has, lots of trees. I don't get off the ground very easily. And a lot of the pads and stuff, or mattresses, I'm just a big person. I need a lot more padding than those things can do. So with a hammock, there's not those pressure points. It's comfortable. It's just the CPAP situation. So I'd have to definitely invest in like one of these little tiny travel ones. So that's something I'm thinking about, but take it slow, pump the brakes, work up to those things. But I am so happy with this. I was really bummed because this fucking winter storm is coming, and it's going to be a nasty one. You know how the weather people are. It may be nothing, but it's probably going to be a big deal. So I'm going to try to be up by like 6 a.m. And quickly break down camp, which all I have to do is the Kelty the toilet, and then just throw all my shit in the car and I can go, in my chair, of course. So it should be a quick breakdown. But it would have been nice to take my time, have some coffee, make a breakfast, leave around noon. But that's not possible, because if I wait till then, I will probably be stranded, which is highly appealing. Just keeping it going. This bitch sawed some wood, because it's everywhere. There's dead limbs and felled trees all over the place. There's plenty of wood. And I have to tell you, the Silky Big Boy saw is the shit. I was watching, what was it, Anglican Outdoors, or Craig is his name. He's a British YouTuber who's a bushcrafter. Looks just like Sean Penn. I mean, just like Sean Penn. It's amazing, and he's just a cool dude. But he mentioned that in one of his videos recently, so I picked one up, and it is so good and so worth the money. So if you're thinking about investing in a saw, get yourself a Silky Big Boy on Amazon. Weird question. Are there any of you out there who absolutely love your car? I have had a love affair with two cars in my life. The first one was my Honda Element, Ellie, as I called her. She was my, God, do or die, anything for her. I loved her, but I made a mistake and fucked up, got in a car accident, totaled her a long time ago. They don't make them anymore. You'd have to get a used one, and what they want for used cars now, they can just suck my dick. But I have to say, this car, my Subaru Forester baseline, no thrills, you know, nothing exciting other than she's much more advanced than my Outback, 2009 Outback was. Stick, which I loved, but I'm kind of done with sticks. I've done that for over 20 years. But I love her, and I don't know, I think it has to do with how she's given me so much freedom, and that I've slept in her, and she protects me, and she makes me feel secure. And I love my car. I just wonder, is that something that any of you out there experience, where it's just like, anytime I'm in her going anywhere, I feel like I'm home. It's so bizarre to me. I've never, I mean, I loved Ellie, and I would still, if I had her still, oh my God, it would be amazing. But that's over. That's not really a thing unless they start making them again. But Bessie's my bitch. She's my ride or die, literally. I love her, and I hope we have so many adventures together. Tell me in the comments if you guys have a vehicle that gives you that kind of adoration and joy, and just, I'm smitten, just smitten. So sometimes when I go camping, if you haven't seen my videos before, I decide to do a little makeup look. Usually it's very extreme, Maleficent style, but today I decided to go a little more au naturel. Challenges, tearing from smoke in the eyes while you're doing it. Interesting. But products that I use today. Voluminous. It's like a winey color. What's it called? Ooh. Yeah, I've got bifocals. Y900 burgundy something. I like that because it brings out the lashes, but it's not like so extreme like black is. My foundation is the Fit Me. I do 112. I have some of this Boom. It's the it's for like the blushing effect. So I used it for blush and for eyeshadow to give a little zhuzh. And I just use for a little bit of liner in the corners, just a NYX Epic Wear. You didn't know this was going to be a makeup tutorial video too, did you? But, you know, Sometimes it's good sun protection, and sometimes you want to glam it up a little bit. I mean, I'm into glamping. See, the smoke. It's a hurdle. It makes your eyes water. Actually, I don't need that. So I thought I'd take a moment to read to you guys from a book written by Nick Offerman, one of my favorite actors and just an amazing human from everything I've read. But this is from his book, Where the Deer and Antelope Play. I have been reading on this like little nibbles over the last several months, and I started reading it today, and I thought, oh my God, this has to just be shared. Absolute units. Anne invited us back inside for a cup of tea and a bowl of rebordotive roasted red pepper and tomato soup, fueled with a low fire of spice. Rebordotive is an excellent word that I picked up in Patrick O'Brien's seafaring novels about Captain Jack Aubrey and his good friend Stephen Maturin, usually employed to describe strong coffee on board whichever of Her Majesty's ships they happen to be presently employed upon. I was later dismayed, however, to see that the word is not listed in the Merriam-Webster dictionary, when I wanted to substantiate its addition to my arsenal of good adjectives. I did subsequently find it on Wiktionary.org, where it is defined as giving strength, invigorating. So I'm glad to toss it around with impunity, and I hope you will as well, so that one day see it recognized as legitimate by those snobs over at Merriam-Webster. Homemade from our own garden produce and herbs, that soup was an absolutely perfect repast after standing in a cold barn, shifting our feet and blinking at award-winning cows. Outside the window from Anne's kitchen table, a large bush was teeming with small, lively birds. I asked what they were, and Anne told me right to my face. that they were tits. I looked carefully into her eye, and then the eye of James after her. Nobody so much as flinched. This was the flashiest display of the grim mirth of a northerner I had witnessed since the last time I read Hedda Gabler. Surely they were having me on. "What's that one?" I asked. "Blue tit," answered Anne. I nodded and grimaced slightly, waiting for Anne to break the tension and mock me for the soft American I was, but I found no glimmer of humor there in her countenance. I turned to James for some help. He would not meet my gaze. I set my jaw. "And, that one?" "Coal tit." God damn it, woman. Just what was she playing at? Was this part of the cow negotiation? James loudly sipped his tea and pretended to look at Twitter on his phone. I steadied my breathing in preparation for my final salvo. "What about these?" I queried quietly, pointing at a jaunty, stupid trio of slightly larger birds. I thought that I had sufficiently readied myself to withstand any possible third answer in the hallowed comedy tradition of 3 rounds of question and answer patter. I had not. "Those," she said, "are great tits." All right, well, I'm in the car for the night. The sun's going down. It's getting pretty cold. So I'm going to do some rice. I haven't used this cute little mini dash rice cooker. So I have that. If that goes well, I'm then going to add some, it's called tea salad to it. It's going to be a little spicy, so I'm excited. And I'm interested how much of my Jackery will get used to do this, because it's definitely going to pull more power than like charging your phone. I'm certainly enjoying the smell and the humidity coming off of this. It's wonderful for warming the hands. Can't wait. Okay, so my light changed over from cooking to warm, which means the rice is ready. We'll see how she cooked up here. Let me go ahead and turn that off. Oh yeah, it looks good. Sticky just the way we like it. Oh, I love it. I put a little bit of sesame oil, and then I'm going to add this packet. It's something I get from one of our local Burmese groceries. I just love these. I was introduced to them by a friend. They are a little messy, so I'm going to take my gloves off. But it's basically peanut and some sort of green. It might be actual tea leaves, since they've referred to it as tea salad before, my friend. Okay, so I put it's basically a nut. And then this is going to be messy. It always is. And of course my wipes are not close by. So I'm going to use my trusty knife. Split it open there. And then just kind of, it's in an oil, so you just kind of squeeze it on in. I know it looks so appetizing, but it tastes delicious. It's got a decent amount of flavor and spice to it. And I just mix it with rice, and it's so good. You get lots of protein. Okay. Very spicy. So I'm going to mix this up. Here's what it looks like. And it's going to be delicious, for sure. All right, here's another decent site. You drive up here. I'm parked there. You can see the road. Keeps going that way. But this has got a lot of flat, dispersed ground. There's a fire pit right there. pretty big. It's pretty cool. I like this one too, maybe more. A little easier to get to. Lots of flat space. Sweet as sweet. So here I am, I'm standing behind my car, just kind of doing a panoramic shot. This is nice. Yeah, the road is just over that edge there, because I haven't gone that far back, but it's definitely private. It's quiet. We got our fire pit. We got great clearance for tents. Looks like there's some trash over here. I wouldn't be surprised if we have a bunch of trails down there. But that's pretty cool. This is beautiful. I think I know the first place I want to do my Disbursed Camping. Yeah. There's another one. Okay. Little muddy. Oh boy. All right, we're gonna go this way first. It's real muddy. It's not real far off the road, and it's got a fire pit. Okay, pretty exciting. Yeah, you definitely want a four-wheel drive situation with some clearance. So that area you don't want to drive through, but I'm going to back up and go the way I came. So I'm pretty happy. I mean, look at this. I mean, you can't see the road. I think this is good enough. I'm going to get out and look around. Okay, just pulled out of that one. So I'd assume we're here. I'm pretty excited. Pretty remote. So I think this is kind of what I've been wanting to give a try. Nice blind. Dirt road, gravel road.